Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the adventures of Wheelassassin and Dave the Pig. Now if you haven't seen part 1 already, you might want to go check it out. The link will be in the description below, because part 2 will not make sense if you've not seen part 1. But I just wanted to let you guys know that because it is such a weird episode. I do hope you guys enjoy it. It was so fun to make again, and I just want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to make this. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace out. There, standing 60 feet above the forest, was a giant, and I mean giant, tree man.
"Oi, witch, let the 2 chickens go."
"Hey, I'm not a chicken," shouted Wheelassassin.
"Oh, sorry, I don't get out much,"
the puzzled giant said. As the witch glared down at the giant, she saw sadness in his eyes. The witch used the sadness in her favour, asking the tree giant what he truly wanted.
I want to be accepted for who I am. I'm not just a scary different tree. I'm a tree of feelings, you know."
After hearing this, the witch conjured up a similar trance to the one she had used on Wheelassassin, except this one gave her the power to control the giant branch by branch. Without a moment's hesitation, the giant was ordered his first task.
"Show these 2 idiots what we're made of,"
shouted the witch.
I'm made of wood,"
said the confused tree giant.
"Do I have to do everything myself?"
huffed the witch. The next thing that Dave and Wheel remember was being thrown through the air at high rates of speed before crash landing in a field full of cows.
Cowpats.
Dave, still in chicken form, was angry. He started pecking Wheelassassin right in the bottom. "I know, Dave. I'm as upset as you. That manipulative genius of a witch will pay." All of a sudden there was a mighty moo. "Move out the way for the Queen," proclaimed the cow guard. The Queen cow Daisy took one look at Wheelassassin and Dave, and without giving either of them a chance to explain what had happened to them, or what they were doing in the cow's field, she ordered all the cows to moo as loudly as they could. Moo! As Daisy had hoped, mooing this loud was bound to get Farmer Sid's attention. After all, Daisy was his award-winning cow, and so he would do anything he could for her. "What are you peasants doing in my field? Trying to steal my Daisy, are you? Get out of it!" The farmer rushed towards Wheelassassin and Dave with a rather large pitchfork. "Run!" screamed Wheels, pelting their way through the oak tree forest behind the cow field. They finally got away from Sid. As the sun set over the hills, the sky lit up with stars. "It's going to be a long night, buddy," Wheelassassin said. Dave clucked, saying, "Surely we still have our things from the quest, don't we?" "You're absolutely right, Dave," Wheel shouted with excitement. "Oh no." Searching his inventory, Wheel saw nothing but 36 empty slots. "I must have dropped it as the witch threw us." As the night became darker, more and more mobs appeared from the depths of the forest, searching for villagers. Passing small temporary beds Wheels had put together for the two, for the long cold night the heroes were in for. Dave! Wake up, you lazy chicken! Today's the day we put an end to this nonsense, and prove to ourselves and the villagers that we are heroes. Are you with me?" Dave, half asleep still, clucked in agreement. Heroes headed back the way they had been thrown, sneaking back past the cow's field, where Farmer Sid was now clipping Daisy's toenails, and back over the many rivers they had flown over, until they finally reached the bottom of the mountain. Weirdly enough, the witch wasn't anywhere in sight. "Must be getting the new transfer of hard super banks, I expect," mumbled Wheelassassin with a mouthful of berries. "Let's head around the back of the mountain, just in case he's using an invisibility potion." Cluck! Meaning, "Rightio, friend," in chicken language. "Right, Dave, whilst we have time to talk about this properly, we need to talk about you and that pig, Davietta." Cluck, cluck, cluck! Dave clearly was embarrassed to talk upon the subject, and so he started clucking on about a brand new truffle chef he'd read about in Tim Truffle's All About Truffles magazine. One thing you guys have probably noticed about Dave is he's a big, well, huge fan of truffles. But let's face it, he's a pig in a chicken's body. The heroes wandered for hours in the forests. they decided to take a break under a cliffside. "Under here will do, Dave. Nice shade, nice spot." They sat and had some more berries, hoping they'd find home or the village soon. Cluck, cluck, cluck! "What is it, Dave? You're only normally this loud when you're watching Pignum Hotspurs on the telly." Cluck! Meaning, "Look over there, you blind idiot." What on earth is that? Wheelassassin was puzzled. He wasn't sure if he and Dave should investigate it and hope it wasn't a trap, or if they should just pretend they'd never seen it and carry on their random wandering around the forests. Before Wheel could make up his mind, Dave was already dragging him to the entrance. "If we get caught, it's your fault," whispered Wheels. They snuck up some mossy cobbled steps until they could go no further. There at the top were 2 iron doors, impenetrable to break through without a pickaxe and impossible to open without a lever. The heroes had neither, and so once again they had hit a dead end. "Great! Now what are we going to do?" Wheels said angrily.
Greetings.
"Ah! It's a ghost!" screamed Wheels and Dave.
I think you'll find I'm not a ghost, but in fact, I care after this temple.
"Temple?" said Wheelassassin.
Yes, temple. I'm Frank. I was once a warrior. One of the Warrior 300, in fact. You might have heard of us.
Both of the heroes looked at each other and shook their heads.
No matter. We worked in secret anyway, protecting the village and its people. Like I said before, there was once 300 of us, and now it's just me and Tiddles.
"But what happened to the others, Frank?" asked Wheels.
One dark and gloomy night in the Achaia forest, all us warriors celebrated a well-deserved victory when our party was ambushed. Out of nowhere, my friends were being eaten alive by zombies. We thought we had cleared them away from the village, but clearly we hadn't, or at least not far enough away. It was a terrible tragedy. The villagers couldn't help thinking it was their fault, so they built this very temple to honour my friends' memories."
"They sound like real heroes, the kind we need right about now," sighed Wheels.
"I've heard what the witch has been doing to Mudsville, and I'd like to offer my assistance,"
preached Frank. "Absolutely, if you don't mind, we could really use your experience and help." The heroes set to work training